Hi Scorpio, welcome to the Esoteric Empire. So we're going to go ahead and get started on your December tarot reading. Alright, so I already have your focus. So your focus, Scorpio, is Aries. Alright, so this is actually your sister sign because both of you guys are ruled by the planet Mars. Alright, so the message that I got whenever I was pulling for your focus was war. Now war is we are right. So WAR, we are right. So it doesn't mean that you're going to be going through like anything too toxic. I'm not sure, we have to see, but I definitely think it's going to have more to do with you trying to prove a point. Okay, so we're going to see how this goes. Some of you may be getting into a situation where you feel like you have to show someone what right is, or you have to do something more structured. Some of you also could be an Aries moon, okay? So let's just see what's going on. This is for December 1st through the 10th for Scorpio. All right, so Prince of Pentacles in reverse. So I think you're actually going to be experiencing money very quickly coming towards you. You could have the focus of wanting to have money come to you quicker, or you could just be literally making more money at a quicker pace. Now, we have the Magician here starting you off. So you're definitely like either an entrepreneur, or you have found that there's ways for you to make your own money at your own pace. So you've like figured out what you can do to control more of your own destiny, so to speak. All right. Queen of Swords in reverse. I definitely feel like you are cutting someone off. Like you've kind of figured out who's a distraction and who's here to help you. Four of Swords. Yeah, like I said, not speaking, being very quiet. I think you're meditating on things, and you're kind of being standoffish to people around you, whether they're your friends, your co-workers, your family members. You're really staying quiet right now. Two of Swords. So I think this, whatever you have figured out, is your superpower as far as trying to figure out how to make your own money and things like that. I kind of feel like it could be good or bad to other people around you. So I guess you've realized that maybe in order to have more control of your destiny, you have to let people around you kind of disappear type of thing. So like it could be a good thing, but it's also kind of like bittersweet because I feel like you have to choose who's good and who's bad. You may be a person who has people around you that really aren't for your best benefit, and you're learning that you have to separate from them in order to reach your fullest potential. So I kind of feel like that's what's happening around this time. So you're cutting people off because you have moves to make. You have ideas that you want to bring into reality. And I think the people around you that you are cutting off, they're toxic to a certain extent. Like maybe they make you get back into habits that you need to move away from. I feel like these people around you, they kind of push you to overindulge. And so for that reason, you're like, you guys are bad influences, basically. Now, granted, nobody can influence you unless you give them that right. And I think you realize that. And that's why you're like, okay, I have the power to separate from things that are not good for me. Once you are aware of that and you still choose to be around those people, then it's kind of like you're choosing to be influenced. So, you know. Yeah. And the reason why you're kind of being standoffish is because you don't want to tell these people, hey, you're a bad person for me to be around. You kind of just have it in your head. You know what I'm saying? You're keeping quiet about it. You're not trying to be all like holier than thou. You don't want people to think that you feel that you're better than them, but you do see that you are growing and they're not. So it is what it is. So let's see who you're separating yourself from, or who you should stay away from in the beginning of your December. I'm seeing a Capricorn here. All right. It's a Capricorn who talks a lot too, by the way. I think that you may work with them, or they may be someone that you are friends with or you live with, okay? So this is somebody that could be close to you. So it is kind of a big step to just like separate yourself from them completely. And I think they'll probably notice that you're doing this. All right, so Scorpio, you're showing up as temperance and gain. So like I said, you're realizing temperance has come up 2 times now in this reading. So you're realizing like, look, I have to choose what's important to me, and having peace of mind is important. I think that you realize when you separate from things that make you indulge, or when you separate from toxic influences, you have more that you get out of life. You have more gain, you have more appreciation, and you have a better mindset just all around. All right. And now this other person, how are they showing up in the beginning of your December? All right. So they actually have a lot of feelings towards this. So they have the Lovers, they have Cruelty, and the Moon. This other person, I feel like they're showing up as someone who's kind of like, you're not going anywhere. Like, we've known each other for too long. Like, yeah, you can act like you're getting bigger and better, but just know you're going to come back to me. You're not going to... It's almost like they feel like you're never going to leave them because you guys have known each other for so long. Cruelty. I also feel like they think that you're being, kind of rude by being distant, and it bothers them. And then the Moon, I think that you're making them, feel like they need to look at themselves on a deeper level. And they could either like that or hate it. It really just depends on, how this person is taking whatever is going on. So it's pretty interesting. I kind of feel like this person almost feels like you're not going to grow. Like, they're like, yeah, whatever. Like, you can do what you want to do. I know you're going to be back home, whatever. This is just a phase. So, be careful of who you're hanging around. Now, let me give you an advice card, because I feel like this person may try to, like, trick you or, reel you back in. What can you do to make sure that you're on the right track? All right, so we got 3 cards. All right. So the first thing I'm seeing is the 2 of Cups. So I think you have to be in agreement with yourself. Like, really, really know what your motives are, like, on the emotional level, on why you want to grow. Make sure you have a rooted explanation to yourself and a promise to yourself of why you want to see yourself grow. And, what's the point of you even making these decisions to separate from certain people around you? That's the first piece of advice. Second piece, Princess of Wands. Know that whatever you want, you already have it. It's just you have to be able to access this. And in your situation, the way that you access it is by, being around the right people. And the Wheel of Fortune, this step that you take, especially during Sagittarius season, I feel like it's very important. You take this step and it's going to lead you to more fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is just going to start turning, okay? So then you have a better and bigger opportunity to reach the maximum fortune that you want. And I definitely think Sagittarius season has a big, big factor for you this year and what you're able to start or obtain going into the end of this year and into the beginning of next year. So really pay attention to that, okay? Don't miss out on this fortune over this person who doesn't really want to see you grow. All right. So that is the beginning of your December. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the middle of your December. If you would like to join me for that reading, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I upload that video. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Scorpio.